Hello everyone. Today the subject is geography from 6th class, lesson 3, that is motions of the earth. The earth has two types of motions, rotation and revolution. Rotation means the movement of the earth on its own axis. If this is the shape of the earth and this is the earth, we assume the movement of the earth around its own axis is known as rotation. Whereas revolution means the movement of the earth around the sun in a fixed elliptical orbit. That means, so the movement of the earth is around the sun, so in a fixed elliptical orbit. So this is revolution. Next point, the axis of the earth, which is an imaginary line, makes an angle of 66.5 degrees with its orbital plane. What is orbital plane? The plane formed by the orbit. If this is the orbit around the sun and this is the earth, and the middle line represents the axis of the earth as per the point here, the axis of the earth always makes an angle 66.5 degrees with the orbital plane. Next point is earth receives light from the sun, that everybody knows. And this is the figure representing the earth. And this is the earth, this is North Pole and this is South Pole. The line which separates the globe into two equal halves. The line which separates the globe into two equal halves is known as equator. And the portion between equator and North Pole. The portion between equator and North Pole is known as Northern Hemisphere, while the portion between equator and South Pole is known as Southern Hemisphere. And from equator in the northward direction we will find out Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle, and this is North Pole. In the southward direction, equator, Tropic of Capricorn, Antarctic Circle and South Pole. And this is the orbit around the sun, and this is the earth, and this is the earth's axis, and we know that the earth axis always makes an angle 66.5 degrees with the orbital plane. So next point is circle of illumination. So let us go to another point. So due to the spherical like shape of the earth, only half of it gets light from the sun at a time. That means, so this is the sun, sunlight or sun rays, and if this is the earth, the half of the earth gets light from the sun, so it is the portion with light, and this half of the portion of the earth is without light. So this is because the spherical shape of the earth. Due to the spherical shape of the earth only half of the earth only gets light at a time, and the remaining of will be dark. The portion facing the sun experiences day, while the other half away from the sun experiences night. So this is day and this is night. And the next point is circle of illumination. The circle that divides the day from night on the globe. This circle of illumination does not coincide with the axis of the earth. The circle which separates day from night is known as circle of illumination. So this is like a spherical shape. The circle means, so if this is the shape of the earth, here the circle means, so in this way. So this is the circle of illumination. Half of the earth gets light from the sun and the remaining half is dark. So the circle of illumination means the circle which separates the light from the day on the globe is known as circle of illumination. And very important point here is the circle of illumination is never coincide with the axis of the earth. The axis of the earth and circle of illumination never coincides. Next one is Earth Day. The Earth takes about 24 hours to complete one rotation around its axis. The period of rotation, that is 24 hours, is known as the Earth Day, and this is also known as the daily motion of the Earth. Next point, the Earth takes about 365 days and 6 hours. 1/4 day means 6 hours. The Earth takes about 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution around the Sun in its orbit. These 6 hours saved every year are added to make one day, that is 24 hours over a span of 4 years. This surplus day is added to the month of February. Thus, every 4th year of February is 29 days. Such a year with 366 days is known as leap year. Next point, the direction of inclination of the Earth is same throughout its orbit. So, any position of the Earth throughout its orbit, the direction of inclination of the Earth is same throughout its orbit. So, from here to from here, take any position, take any point on the orbital plane. If you see, the direction of inclination of the Earth is same. Never it changes. And after seeing this figure, we will observe 4 important days. The 4 important days are 21st June, 23rd September, 22nd December and 21st March. So let us see what will happen on those days. So this figure represents the revolution of the Earth and seasons. Let us see what will happen on 21st June. Here, if you observe this figure, the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, right? So the tiltation of northern hemisphere towards the sun is known as summer solstice. And during this moment, when the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, the sunlight directly fall on Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degrees north. As a result, these areas receive more heat. So next point, the areas near the poles receive less heat as the rays of the sun are slanting. ఎక్కువగా వాలుగా పడటం వల్ల, ఎక్కువగా స్లాంట్నెస్ ఎక్కువగా ఉండటం వల్ల, స్లాంటింగ్ రేస్ వల్ల, the areas near the poles receives very less amount of heat. Next point, since the North Pole is inclined towards the sun, the places beyond the Arctic Circle experience continuous daylight for about 6 months. For example, some example of nations, Norway, Alaska, Greenland, etc. So here the point is, since the North Pole is tilted towards the sun, the areas beyond the Arctic Circle. So this is Arctic Circle and the areas beyond the Arctic Circle. So these areas experiences a daylight continuously about 6 months. 6 months daylight. ఒక 6 నెలలు కంప్లీట్గా డేలైట్ ఉంటుందండి ఈ ఏరియాస్లో, కంప్లీట్ అక్కడ నైట్స్ అనేవి ఉండవు ఇక. సో ద ఏరియాస్ బియాండ్ ది ఆర్క్టిక్ సర్కిల్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్సెస్ కంటిన్యూస్ డేలైట్ ఫర్ అబౌట్ 6 months. So next point, since a large portion of the northern hemisphere is getting light from the sun, it is summer in these regions. So the regions north of the equator. ఈ ఈక్వేటార్కి నార్త్ డైరెక్షన్లో ఉండే అన్ని ఏరియాస్లో కూడా సమ్మర్ సీజన్ వస్తున్నట్టు, సమ్మర్ సీజన్ ఏర్పడుతుంది. సో ద లాంగెస్ట్ డే అండ్ ది షార్టెస్ట్ నైట్ అట్ దీస్ ప్లేసెస్ అకర్ ఆన్ 21st June. సో 21st June ఏమవుతుందంటే ఈ ఏరియాస్ మొత్తం మీద కూడా లాంగ్ డే విత్ షార్ట్ నైట్, అంటే పగలు ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుంది, రాత్రి సమయం తక్కువగా ఉంటుంది. So at this time, at this moment, in the southern hemisphere, all these conditions are reversed. That is, it is winter there, it is winter season there, and the nights are long and the nights are longer than the days. So ee moment lo the southern hemisphere is away from the sunlight, away from the sun. So this region experiences winter with long nights and short days. So next important date is 22nd December. So here the southern hemisphere, that means the portion between equator and south pole, the southern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun. So this position of the earth is known as winter solstice. At this position, because the southern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, the sunrays directly fall on the Tropic of Capricorn. This is called Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south. So as a result, these areas receive more heat. So next point, a large portion of the southern hemisphere gets light from the sun. Therefore, it is summer in the southern hemisphere with longer days and shorter nights. So southern hemisphere, because as the southern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, so this region experiences summer. And exactly at this moment, what are the conditions in the northern hemisphere? Simply reverse. That means if it is summer, this is winter. Here, if days are longer than the nights, here nights are longer than the days. The same point is explained here. Therefore, it is summer in the southern hemisphere with longer days and shorter nights. At the same moment, the reverse happens in the northern hemisphere. So one important note here is the festival Christmas is celebrated in Australia in the summer season. So next two dates, that is 23rd September and 21st September. 23rd September and 23rd September and 21st March. So at this position, the direct rays of the sun fall on the equator. At this position, neither of the poles is tilted towards the sun. ఈ పొజిషన్లో ఏ పోల్ కూడా సన్ వైపు, సూర్యుడి వైపు టిల్ట్ అయి ఉండదు. సో ఇన్ దిస్ పొజిషన్ neither of the poles, north pole గానీ south pole గానీ, neither of the poles is tilted towards the sun. సో ఈ రెండు కూడా సన్ వైపు ఉండవు కాబట్టి, సన్ వైపు టిల్ట్ అయి ఉండవు కాబట్టి, at this position the sun rays directly will fall on equator. So the whole earth experiences equal days and nights. The whole earth experiences equal days and equal nights. This position is known as equinox. So on 23rd September, it is autumn season in the northern hemisphere and spring season in the southern hemisphere. On 23rd September, it is autumn season in the northern hemisphere and spring season in the southern hemisphere. On 21st March, it is spring season in the northern hemisphere and autumn season in the southern hemisphere. Simply the reverse. So on March 21st, the northern hemisphere experiences spring season while the southern hemisphere experiences autumn season. So very two important points here are days and nights are because of rotation of the earth. So here days and nights are because of rotation of the earth, while the cycle of seasons is because of revolution of the earth and the tiltation of earth's axis in relation to the sun. Right? Day and night ఏమో rotation వల్ల ఏర్పడతాయి, seasons ఏమో revolution of the earth and the tiltation of earth's axis in relation to the sun. యాక్సిస్ యొక్క టిల్టేషన్ మీద అలాగే రెవల్యూషన్ మీద ఏర్పడి రెవల్యూషన్ మీద బేస్ అయ్యి సీజన్స్ ఏర్పడతాయి. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ది ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ సెషన్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వన్ అండ్ ఆల్.